Valentine's Day
is today when we're recording, which means when you're listening, it already happened. Yes.
Wow.
Episode 164 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Everybody's drinking their strawberries and eating their mimosas.
And eating all their discounted candy.
Wow. I did get discounted candy yesterday.
What was the number one thing you went for?
Yesterday?
Oh,
I didn't buy it.
Heart-shaped chocolates? Oh, this actually happened to
People
you.
brought me gifts.
Okay, I thought this was a hypothetical. So this was a
By people who need children.
So Wiseman situation?
No,
like
children
reverse?
situation.
Okay, what kind of candy did they bring you?
Terrible candy.
Was it for Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Top
Sugar
thing.
cookies.
What
Top
else?
thing was nothing.
Nothing on sugar cookies?
Reese's Pieces. That was probably it.
What else? That was your number one?
Yeah, sugar cookies are terrible.
Did you ever do like Valentine's Day cards growing up?
To my lady friends.
So you did not. Yes, we're back with episode 164 of the Until Next Week podcast. Got a good one coming in for you today. We got some Super Bowl recaps, some pickleball fails, and some NFL storylines. So thanks for tuning in once again.
Pipe it up. It's going to be hot. You hit the record button on accident.
No, you made me nervous. Because it was a red button, but it was the correct red button. Did you actually do any like Valentine's Day cards like growing up in public school?
Not that I remember.
No. Yeah, like obviously, I mean not obviously, like I was homeschooled growing up, so didn't exactly have a class to pass cards around with.
I passed notes.
Oh, pass notes outside of Valentine's Day, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that's how we asked out girls back in the day.
Yeah, how did that work out
I'd be
for
like,
you?
I'd give it to one of her friends and be like, give this to so-and-so. And then she'd come back and be like, I can't date you for this reason.
Okay, but hear me out. Why wouldn't you just give the card directly to the girl?
Because you can't do that in elementary school.
You can't?
No.
Why not?
That's too much pressure on everybody.
But then you put the pressure on the middleman or the middle woman.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then they go talk about it, and then they
they gossip about you
Then they
instead
talk
of you
about
just
it.
proclaiming your love.
and then they come talk to you about it, but you decide you want to go walking around the playground instead of playing because you're
not-
a moody kid.
Hear me out. That sounds a lot like summer camp.
No,
Just like going
no
to,
purple at summer camp.
Going to summer camp, like you're not really, obviously, you're there for Jesus, depending on what camp you go to.
Yeah, if you come to Dane's camp,
Yeah, Dane's camp, who knows what's happening there.
absolutely no love. Only the love from the Lord.
But specifically at Kanakuk, when I went there growing up, like they had things called goodies, which
Whoa.
basically just meant you sent a card to another person of the opposite gender. Yes. And usually it was like, hey, you are awesome.
Sup,
we
girl.
should talk to each other at our social later.
Wow.
I wasn't really a big part of this
Because you were in love
most
with
year.
someone.
One year I partook in it a little bit.
Partook.
But looking back, I'm like, yeah, probably should just focus on Jesus a little bit more.
And now you have Learn.
Yeah, there you go.
And here we are.
That's how it works.
What are your Valentine's Day plans with Learn?
Which at this point already happened.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of those like hot pot places?
What'd you call me?
I called
You're
you a
gonna
hot pot.
You're gonna do
we're
pot?
doing drugs.
That's
I was
crazy.
really disappointed Valentine's Day didn't land on April 20th this year.
Yeah,
Dang
every
it,
year.
February 14th again. Like, come on.
Those 2 days never move.
I know, so disappointing. I thought it was like a Thanksgiving situation, you know?
Damn,
Change
my
the-
feet are cold.
Okay, I'm sorry that it was rainy and that you shouldn't be a peasant.
You made me take my shoes off
That
before
were
entering
wet.
this house.
That were wet.
And now my feet are cold.
Do you want me to put my feet on your feet?
No, I want my shoes. I feel like an animal.
We'll figure it out.
Hooves. My hooves are
Okay,
out.
but yeah, hot pot, no drugs is actually like a Korean barbecue where they're like, hey, here's the food. You cook it at your table.
What? No.
Yeah, so I'm confused how the tip situation will work.
I'm not
If
tipping.
I'm like,
I'm cooking the food now.
I'll tip the cook, and that was myself.
Yeah.
I really don't know how that's going to go yet.
Absolutely
kind of
not.
intrigued. Also, there's no reservations at this place.
This
so
is a terrible place.
This is a big assumption that this actually happens. So
That and this place sucks, apparently.
I don't know. I heard they have good food. My
sure
brother
it's good.
was talking it up, and he's like, "Yeah, I went there and ate 7 steaks."
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, well,
Is
that's
it the price of one?
You pay like one price, which is pretty high, like base price, but I
Okay.
don't think they expect you to eat 7 steaks.
And then you starve yourself all day.
yeah, so I'll see how it goes. I'll
like
give you
hoo-ha.
more. I'll give you more updates in a couple weeks because we're gonna record episodes pretty close together.
No, we're not.
No,
we're recording
no,
the
no,
second
no.
one right after this.
He doesn't know we're not. Then you said what we're doing. Yeah, but
Because Dane has his conference next weekend.
yes, you do. I really hope you do well in conference. You place first place
I'll
overall.
be dead.
Yeah, gosh.
I won't know anything.
Okay.
Don't call me. Don't text me because I'm not even looking at my phone.
Yeah, but that's the main plan.
Wow.
But besides that, it's also the week of pickleball. Yes, we played some pickleball this past week.
We did play pickleball.
First time in a while.
It was a while.
It's been a hot second. The church we go to, they have a nice pickleball court, which we've discussed because we're still trying to get those Friday pickleball paddles from Friday Pickleball and Jake Triplett. Shout out.
Except for the ceiling. We need to move the ceiling.
Ceiling wasn't too bad. It didn't
We need to
affect
move the
too many plays.
Move the ceiling.
Okay, we'll move this. You move the ceiling. You're the
I'm
one.
trying.
You're the one who works there.
I'm a big advocate for
Yeah.
moving the ceiling.
But we decided to play 1v1 for like over 2 hours. Like we went at it. Well, we played for 2 hours. I
was a
don't
good
know.
time.
We didn't really go at it too much. I let Dane win every game.
We played, I think, 7 total games.
we played a lot. Final score after all the games put together, give or take, I don't know, like 66. Did you carry the 87? Probably like 87 to 11.
Maybe.
I didn't do very good. I was pretty tired, and there were times where Dane hit the ball back to me. I just kind of watched it. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to run over there. But we got better.
I got up at 5:30 that morning.
Yeah. And then you played 2 hours of pickleball with me that evening.
Exactly.
And we both got better. And I kept on realizing, yeah, I'm not good at singles. I'm much better at doubles. So,
Oh, and I'm fantastic at singles.
yeah, because you had the tennis background.
Exactly.
If you're a tennis player who played through high school, at the very least, like you have a big advantage on most everyone else.
Yeah.
But hear me out. If we play pickleball in the water, yeah, you have no chance.
In the water.
Yeah. No,
I'm allergic to water.
yeah, you have no chance.
You know I hate swimming.
I would destroy you.
Swimming is my 5th biggest fear.
That's why I'm also good at similarly, like how pickleball relates to tennis, water polo kind of relates to swimming.
Yeah, because you know how the mechanisms of the water work.
Yeah, if you just jumped in, we played water polo. I
Yeah.
feel like water polo is the pickleball situation.
I
Like,
refuse to play water polo.
I would drown you.
I know.
And score on you, and it would be great.
I think I would actually die.
Yeah.
I hate water.
Water polo was awesome,
Swimming is the worst thing I can imagine.
which is why you throw a ball into the mix, and it doesn't make it as bad.
It's not as bad.
But I still destroy you.
Yeah. I'm still dry. I still have chlorine on me. I still am tired. I still can't see.
Did you guys ever do that? We'll get back to the pickleball, but did you ever do that growing up? Like, did you play tennis and baseball? Anything else? That was basically it.
I mean, it depends on what you're talking about, but yeah.
But in general, did you guys ever do like fun games that weren't directly related to your sport? Because like I was saying, like swimming every once in a while, and by every once in a while, I feel like it was maybe once or every year or every 2 years to be like, hey, we're doing water polo today, and everybody would go. Well, I would go nuts. Like that was like, we don't have to do real practice. We get to do something fun for once. This is awesome. Did you ever do something like that?
We ran once.
Oh yeah, that's really fun
for tennis.
Yeah,
No, there was all kinds of different types of games that you played within tennis,
yeah.
and so we did that.
So occasionally,
Oh, dodgeball.
that is fun.
Yeah, we did that.
I feel like dodgeball for you guys would be similar.
Oh, man.
Would you do dodgeball? I'm assuming to baseball, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's fun.
That was fun. We would do that. I'm trying to think of anything else we would do for baseball. I don't know. It was mostly just I would love doing live batting practice, so we did that a lot.
Live BP was awesome.
Yeah.
I remember I think it was before I was in high school, probably like 7th or 8th grade. We were having practice, and we did like almost like ultimate frisbee.
Yeah.
But you had like your bat and ball, obviously, and then you
Yes.
just like throw it up to yourself and hopefully hit it and not swing and miss because that counts as a stroke.
True.
I remember doing that for one practice back in the day, and that was pretty awesome. I don't remember many other baseball-related games, but that one, it sticks out to me.
Too busy winning.
Yeah. I also remember one here we played during the summer. I don't think we had one practice all summer, which was awesome. Just because they were like, yeah, you have so many games. We'll just, you don't really need
We'll just go
practice,
play the
which is
games.
so much better. I was like, this is awesome.
No.
Like, I don't have to practice, and we're just playing all the time. This is so much better.
I loved catching. And
Like,
I was the emergency catcher.
okay.
So I was like third string catcher.
So
I was
like-
like, let me be the backup catcher.
You just like the feeling of getting hit with a baseball in the chest when you miss it.
I got to catch for 2 innings in a doubleheader.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is fun. This is great. Mm-hmm. And it was hot. I remember that.
One other thing baseball related, I remember playing or doing like a practice one year. It might have been like 8th grade, maybe my freshman year. and it was during the All-Star break for Major League Baseball, and this guy who pitched in Ozark, which is like 15 minutes from Springfield, he's in the major leagues, and he came back to Springfield because his high school coach was the Kickapoo coach at that point, and then he like pitched to like the JV and varsity team. I don't think I got to take an at bat against him, which I'm kind of, I mean, not disappointed because I was like 15, but at the same time, I'm like, this is kind of cool.
This
like,
is wild.
This major league pitcher who's having a career year is just here practicing and pitching to these guys.
I can't believe they let him do that, like the team.
That was his only good year, though, and I think he kind of went downhill after that and didn't survive long in Major League Baseball.
Kyle Finnegan.
No, it was Lucas Harrell. That was his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
He had like one good year, circa like 2013.
Nice.
So,
2013 was a good year.
But yeah, played pickleball. You destroyed me. But nice courts. So it was fun. We got to play for 2 hours straight because private facility.
Yep.
We took a break midway through, and they had like a little basketball arcade game to the side.
Yeah, I bought that.
You bought it?
Well, I didn't buy it with my money.
Yeah.
But I was there when we purchased it.
Started out, we went back and forth. Like you would go once, I would go once. I think the first game, I didn't do too hot. Got like 30 points, give or take. And then I think you beat me like 33. And I was like, okay, I got to beat you. And I got like 41. And then you went again. And then you went like 30 again. And then I played again and got like 50. And then you got mad. And then you played again and got around 30 again. And then 30 again and 30 again. And I was like, I'll play one more time. And got like 57.
Because Samuel was cheating.
And then I'm
using his height and lanky.
I know. You're taking shots where you're having to throw the ball 3 times the distance as
I know.
myself. And I'm basically dunking it each time. And then the last
you were
time.
Giannising it.
Yeah, the last time, or maybe a Wembanyama, a little bit of him as well.
Who's your mama?
Yeah, who's your mama? Then like the last time, I'm like, this is content. Dane's getting frustrated. Let's start filming you. And then you started doing bad. You saw the camera in your face, and you decided to chuck the ball the opposite direction at the very end.
That sounds like me.
And I got to post that video on the Instagram to give people a little bit of content. There you go. And then also posted what was it? Like a time lapse of our last game, which we went to 21 points for all you guessers out there because we put in the video like, hey, what do you think the final score was? And Lindsay's like 7-0. I'm like, boo, you're wrong. Not even close. I got beat way worse. But overall, good time.
What a great time.
Yeah.
I was getting a phone call just now from the high school guy.
We can't take any delays right now.
I don't know what
when you say high school guy, like guy in high school or guy who helps with high school?
Helps with high school.
Okay.
He like runs the high school ministry. And I run the middle school ministry, and it's great. And so I was gonna see if he called me again, but because I think he's working at our church today as a day of coordinator event in the West Wing. Which I'm wondering if he's calling me to be like, hey, how do you turn this on?
He's like, hey, you guys trashed the pickleball courts. Come here and clean it up.
No, I moved it onto the court.
Yeah. We did tidy up everything, honestly, better than it was before we got there.
Yeah,
straightened up some of the chairs. Stuff. I fixed some of like the random lawn chairs. Made them sorted a little better. Like we left it better than we found it, which is what you all should do out there, people.
Leave it better than you found it.
In all areas of life.
Including your dating relationship. Leave the other person better than you found them. I'll say I didn't come up with that. JP came up with that.
I was trying to think of like. It sounds kind of bad though. Like, assuming I guess if you leave the relationship, leave them better. But
don't leave them worse.
But if you're still in the relationship, it sounds bad. You're leaving them better than you found them. Like
if you always intend,
in that situation, you make them better than you found them.
No, if you always intend to leave them better than you found them, then it'll always be going great.
Yeah, but it sounds bad because it's like leave them.
Well, don't leave them.
Yeah.
If you always intend, if you seek to leave them better than you found them, then it's great.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. I think I've heard that before.
However,
yes.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Mention it again.
Wow. Welcome to Valentine's Day. We had our Valentine's Day party with the youth this week.
And I'm sure they all gave you lots of candy, like you said.
Well, the high school and middle school did very similar things.
Okay.
So the middle school did I separated the guys and the girls, obviously. They can't be around each other.
That's the right way to do it.
Obviously. So then the girls went into the gym first, and then they did a Cupid dodgeball game, of which I separated them so the boys wouldn't kill them. And then one girl still walked out with a bloody lip.
Did you play the Cupid Shuffle?
I wasn't in there for that, but in the part I was in, yes.
That's good.
And so
that's good.
Then in the part I was in, I started with the boys. We swapped after or switched like halfway through. And in my part, we were doing what's called Heartbreaker, where we played Balloon Stomp, where you tie a piece of yarn to your ankle and then you give it like, for people who don't know at home, give it like a foot or so, and then you tie a balloon, an inflated balloon, to the other end, and then you try to stomp on said balloon, somebody else's, and you try to protect your own balloon.
Yep.
And when I tell you...
Guard your heart, people.
Exactly, guard your heart. But then also... so the different versions that we played was 1, free for all, which was great. And then 2, we did partner 1. Then we did grade battles. So 6th grade versus 8th grade, 7th versus 6th grade, etc.
So why did you charge him for the second 2 games?
What do you mean?
Well, the first one you said was free for all.
Yeah, it was free for all. They're all free, all for all.
Oh.
Your jokes are the worst things ever imaginable.
No. Jack's jokes are the worst.
Jack's jokes are the worst.
Yes.
We have a whole caller who wrote in about that.
Yeah.
So then grade battle, and then we did we did free for all rounds version and closing the circle, or like battle royale version, where the circle would close every round. And then I had a backup one that was mutiny, where you would battle everybody in your own grade to determine one champion, and then each grade champion would battle each other for the ultimate grade champion. But we never got to that one. We always ran out of time.
That stings.
That one was really cool.
That does sound fun.
Or not on the fly. When we were coming up with it, I was writing like a doc about it, and then I told my intern, I said, come up with ideas for me. And then she would come with an idea, and I just go, nope, wrong.
Nope.
I'm like,
Run
better.
back.
Gotta be better. And I'm like, we got to go higher, better, bigger, but no money.
Yeah, no money's involved because it's free for all.
Exactly. Actually, is. And so when I tell you that, like, we started with the guys in there, and then they were kind of hurting each other. It was great. They went and played dodgeball after that, and then the girls came in, and they were so aggressive. The girls were way more aggressive than the boys.
That's what you said. She got a bloody lip.
I know. And
like that's
the girls
stinks.
were like shoving each other, and like the boys like rarely like fell on the ground. Girls fell all the time, and I'd have to stop them and be like, "Get up, get up."
I mean, guys are more used to like wrestling, I feel like.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, I know how to keep my balance, know how to kind of play this out. The girls are like, no, I'm getting all my anger out right now.
Pretty much.
You see Jessica? Let's get Jessica.
And so
hold my earrings. We're getting hurt.
Hold my earrings.
Yeah. We're going to pop our balloon.
Dang it.
If you know what I mean.
And then I asked the leaders and the kids, I was like, how'd you like it? And they were like, oh, we loved it. And I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to do this game again because of how aggressive it was. And
did they sign a waiver?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
I didn't think I'd need a waiver for stomping on a balloon.
As long as they sign a waiver, you can do anything.
That's true. You can do almost anything.
Almost anything. Almost anything.
Very almost.
Yes.
And so, I don't know. It just wasn't a lot of great bang for my buck, because also I had to inflate 400 balloons in order to get this to happen.
I was thinking about that. There would be a lot of balloons.
Yeah.
So did you have like a machine, or did you have to like blow it up yourself?
So I bought a machine to help me do it.
That helps.
But when I tell you, like, you see this blister on the end of my finger?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought that was like your nail bed.
No, it's
that's
the blister on the end of my finger.
Yeah, don't pop
because, that. No, I'm not going to do that. But also, it's because it took me almost 3 hours to inflate all these balloons.
Did no one help you?
Well, it was just me doing it, and I had to wait till my intern got there. Then she started helping me, and then we started doing it together. And finally, at 5:30, I was like, "Hey, we have to stop. Like, this is crazy. We have to go like actually run the ministry now."
Yeah,
and we had more to inflate.
That's unfortunate. I mean, you could hear me out. So you could have got a good amount, and then once it started, you could have been like, "Hey, everybody, you have to blow up your balloon to this dimension." And then
I thought about that,
and then it gets done in like 2 minutes.
Well, I thought about that, but they love cheating, so they would cheat
but
somehow.
you could still like have them like, you do it, they tie it, and then you look at everybody's balloon, and if it's bad, you just pop it in front of their face, like, do it again. We need more
I
inflation.
did have scissors.
Yeah.
But then
also
we had to save time too.
Yeah.
And so, because we didn't get to all the games even. And then as they were playing, I would hold up the prize that they were competing for. One of them was donuts, different kinds of candy. And then there's a video of me yelling, "This is for donuts! Come on, girls!"
That's awesome. Are they going to post that on the Instagram for you guys?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of the Instagram.
That'd be kind of cool.
And so that was great. And then the high schoolers did something very similar. They did a dating panel. And they sat and talked about their feelings.
Yeah, that's not as fun.
Which they liked it because, they're all like dating each other. And here's high school ministry in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Vibes and crushes. Are the vibes right, and is my crush there?
Vibes, crushes, and then the crushes crush others.
Yes.
Feelings. Yeah.
And so, yeah, if you have those two things, you'll have a pretty decent high school ministry.
I know. I can understand that they enjoy that because, again, going back to the camp days, they had like 2 times, like 1 time a week, they would have where you could pick like different kind of classes that you do with like the opposite gender. Because typically it's always like all guys together, all girls together, etc.
Yeah.
But then like the one fun day, they're like, hey, now you get to pick 2 classes you do the entire day, but you get to do with like the opposite gender. And one of them was dating and dancing.
Whoa.
And that was a popular one.
Yeah, it was.
Because everybody's
I would
like,
only go to that
wait
one.
a second, I get to dance with girls? And also, I mean, no one really cared as much about the dating part. They just like the dancing part.
Right.
But that one was always like very packed. And
yeah.
I think one day I did get asked to be put like on the panel. I was like, I don't like this. This is stressful because they would ask you questions and like there's like 5 of you, and then you had to try to find answers really quickly, like in the Bible, to kind of back up your things.
Bible.
But you also don't have your phone, so you're like, "Ooh, this is kind of difficult to try to think of stuff."
If they just called it dancing, there would have been less people there.
Yeah, the dating and dancing. That way you at least get something spiritual out of it. But I mean, it was fun because you get to learn more like 2-stepping and they teach you other moves and stuff. So I mean, that is fun. We
brought in a two older couples to talk about dating in high school.
Yeah.
To which they basically said,
dating in high school, we were married.
Kind of. But no, they basically were like, dating in high school, yeah, don't do that. And then I asked some of the high schoolers as they were leaving, I was like, so you guys breaking up? And they go, no.
No, this is awesome.
Yeah, they were like, it was great advice, but no.
Who else would I Snapchat?
Basically.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, who else would I go to Subway with?
Come on.
I'm like, you guys are great.
Come on, Steven. Be better.
So blowing up 400 balloons was awful because I also had to tie a yarn to them, and my fingers hurt. They like quit working after like 300 balloons.
Yeah.
And so that was super tough. We had Valentine's themed snacks, and it was fun. It was a good event. I'm trying to get like an idea, like a way. So I have like a template in my head of how to run a pretty successful like event, like night, having games and things like that and prizes. But I'm trying to do something different, have like a second pitch, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, Judgmental Jake's birthday is today.
Happy birthday, Jake.
On the Monday this is releasing.
Happy birthday, Jake, in a couple days or today when you're listening.
If you're listening on Monday, it's Judgmental Jake's birthday. And you need to drop a new name for him
I was going to say
in the comments for the March Madness Judgmental Jake's new name tournament. That's what we're calling it.
Because we do have quite a few suggestions, but we need more. If we don't have 64. Enough at the end, we'll have to come up with some on like our own.
Maybe we won't do 64. Maybe we'll do 16.
I think 32.
32 is good.
32 is a good number. So send us as many as you would like, and then we'll fill up the rest. And
here's what we'll ask right now. You, the person listening, give us 3. If you can give us 3 in the comments, that would really help.
That we can read on the pod. Yeah.
Don't make it inappropriate.
Ryan
Talking
Rockwell,
to you, Jack and Ryan.
Yeah. Still don't know if yours was inappropriate. Where like I don't know if I can say it on the pod, which we already went over.
Are we able to ban certain members from posting?
I mean, I accept the
the posting thingy?
Yeah, so they all go under review, and for the most part, I always post them. There have been a couple times I've reached out like, Jack, you can't write that.
Decline.
And he's like, okay, I'll change it. I'm like, okay, good.
Unreal.
I'm not going to post this.
Unreal.
Because it was bad.
Well, it really kind of grinds your gears.
It does grind my gears, you know?
Yo, it's that time of day.
That's the wrong button.
I was just hoping. It literally says red button on our document, and it grinds my gears that I don't pay attention enough. Yeah.
It's the red button. That's how you know it is.
Yeah. So you know how we played pickleball 1v1?
Yes.
Well, grinds my gears is we were supposed to play in a pickleball tournament that evening because, as you've heard in the past, we've done a kind of a what was it called? Like a non-competitive.
Well, it was called not competitive or not so serious.
Pickleball tournament. Yeah, and they've for probably at least 1-2 years. They're like, okay, so every other Thursday we'll do this tournament. Come out, it's $10 a piece. You might win, etc. And we've done that multiple times. Didn't really think much about it, and then we haven't been since I think November or December, which was the last one of 2025. We're like, okay, we missed the one a couple weeks ago, so that means it's happening again tonight. We decided to warm up at church first at the pickleball courts, and then about an hour in, I was like, let's just check. let's check to make sure this
You
tournament's.
said, wouldn't it be crazy if they just ended up not having it tonight?
Yeah, and because
I go,
I had, because
yeah,
they,
you should check.
They aren't good about posting,
Right.
Like in general, like
Yeah.
they used to have a Facebook group and they never use it anymore. And I'm like, come on, just like be better about this. And then started looking it up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, they had a post 2 weeks ago that they're only doing this once a month now,
Which is lame.
at the very last Thursday of the month. I'm like, why? Is it really that difficult for you to do this every other week?
Also, you want to hear more terrible news?
I'll finish the thought really quick,
Oh, yeah,
and then you can tell me your terrible news. But yeah, we looked and we're like, well, this really stinks. And while they did grind my gears, we didn't have a chance to lose $10 a piece once again. We were able to play a lot more one-on-one, which was nice.
Didn't have to wait around
And
at
luckily,
all.
we didn't drive there first, so it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Shout out to
it
our
would've
past
been
segment.
on my way home, so it would have been okay for me, not for you.
Yeah, I just would have been annoyed because I would rather play more in that situation, which is what we end up doing. So it turned out to be okay, but it did grind our gears at the time. So what were you saying? It was
So
Also
the young adults ministry leadership team, right?
Yeah.
That I'm on.
oh no.
Stedman said, the director dude, hey, plan on having a leader meeting every last Thursday of the month, which is the same day as this pickleball tournament. Last Thursday of the month.
I thought you were doing it other days.
What do you mean?
I thought you did meetings on like Tuesdays or what
No,
days?
that's when we meet.
You've always done Thursdays?
Yeah. Since he changed it to that.
Well, maybe they'll change it to an earlier time and not 8 o'clock.
No, he said plan on 8 o'clock.
That's so stupid.
Either way, it would be maybe 7 before, or we would start meeting at 7. We wouldn't leave till 8:30. So it wouldn't work anyways. Then I'd get there at 9 and be like,
Well, you know what you have to do. Quit.
no, we need better pickleball tournaments.
Or you're like, hey, how about not 8 o'clock meetings
No, that would be nice.
for adults? Just want to say that also.
Not up to Dane.
You could mention it. You should. I think you should.
But I don't know what the reason is.
Yeah, that's really dumb. But yeah, that's what grinds my gears, and that also grinds my gears. What you just told me, so I'm kind of annoyed. What grinds
So
your
never
gears?
again we'll play until maybe summer.
What grinds your gears, Dane? I'm really getting grinded.
Dang it.
Yeah, that sounded weird.
Now they're gonna.
Now Jack's gonna quote me
Jack's
in the
gonna clip that
comments.
for sure.
Just say what grinds your gears.
So there's this movie that I watch every year on Valentine's Day. It's called Valentine's Day.
I thought it was Die Hard.
That too. That's a great love story.
Yes.
And so between American imperialism and German terrorists. But Valentine's Day, the movie, is one of my favorite movies to watch on Valentine's Day because I love tradition things.
And Taylor Swift.
And Taylor Swift, because I was going to mention that, is that some of the people in this movie, it's a star-studded cast.
Yes.
It has Julia Roberts, Jessica Biel, Anne Hathaway, Bradley Cooper, Jamie Foxx, Jennifer Gardner, Taylor Swift, Jessica Alba, Taylor Lautner. Hold on.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Taylor Lautner, Ashton Kutcher, Eric Dane, who played McSteamy.
McLovin, yeah.
No, McSteamy. on, what's it called? Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Patrick Dempsey, who played McDreamy on Grey's Anatomy. Queen Latifah's in it. Hector Elizondo.
Are you about to read the whole cast?
George Lopez is in it.
So what's grinding your gears about this?
That I don't get to watch it.
Why?
Because I looked it up on the, what's it called? The Google, and it's on Hulu. I don't have Hulu. I don't want to sign up for Hulu just to watch this movie. And so then...
you hear me out.
What?
You could go buy the DVD for like $4.
I don't have a DVD player.
Do you not have a PlayStation or a Xbox?
No, I have shared custody with an Xbox right now.
Can you play movies on an Xbox?
Yes, you can.
So you can go buy the DVD.
Yeah, but I have to go over to somebody's house to get the Xbox.
You don't have it at the same house?
I said shared custody.
Who has the custody?
Officer Pierce.
Pierce. Or just break into his house.
Well, he's
what's he going to
probably-
do? Arrest you?
He's probably on his Valentine's Day date right now.
Oh, and they're watching Valentine's Day as well.
He's probably watching Valentine's Day just to rub it in.
That stinks.
But other stats about this movie, Valentine's Day, is it has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Checks out.
Which I'm like, no, it's an 8 out of 10 movie in my opinion. It's pretty good. And it's a rom-com about all different Valentine's Day plans that go awry and then all these different conclusions that end at the end of it. And it's actually kind of crazy. Some of it's a little bit inappropriate. So don't watch it with children and skip over the crazy parts. Also, the IMDb
5.8.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.8. Not great. However, I still think it's an 8 out of 10 movie.
Google users, it says 66% like this movie.
No way. It came out on February 12th, 2010.
Yeah.
So 2 days before Valentine's Day. It made $52 million. Or no, it was budgeted $52
It's PG-13. Producers are Mike Karts and Wayne Allen Rice.
Whoever that is.
And director Gary Marshall. Wow. Yeah, that's about all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they grind my gears that I don't really get to watch it this year because I love watching it. I've watched it like 3 years in a row.
I think you've talked about it each year on the pod.
Yeah.
You're like, Valentine's Day. It has this person and this person and this person. It has this Rotten Tomato score.
And I love it.
Etc. Go listen to past episodes around Valentine's Day and see if Dane says something similar. Yeah.
And see if we're any different.
Make sure to listen to the episode before Valentine's Day and the episode after Valentine's Days from 2023, 2024, and 2025. So,
exactly.
And then leave a 5-star review if you haven't done it yet. You know who you are. Yes.
The Young Adult Ministry, right?
What are you going to tell me now?
So, no, this is nothing about you.
Okay, good.
It's basically, so the guy who runs it is going to be a church planter for us. So he's visiting a location to see if he wanted to church plant there. It's called a vision trip. And so he was out of town. The other guy who works like 10 hours a week with our Young Adult Ministry, he got married. And so he was on his honeymoon. And so who had to move everything? Dane.
Dane it.
And so I moved a bunch of stuff, and it was just a lot because I had to move 60 chairs from the main building to the West Wing.
Yeah.
And so that was a lot. Then move the furniture, and then run the team, and then do announcements at the end. And by the way, so we have our pickleball tournament for the Young Adult Ministry that's coming up, right?
Yep.
And guess what I said on stage when I announced it?
I look forward to beating you all.
Close, which is true. But
yes.
So part of the pickleball tournament is it has to be one guy, one girl. That way it's not a finals of like, final 8 of like.
What did you say?
I said, you can still sign up as a single player, right? Yeah. And so you need to know that information for knowing what I say here.
Yep.
And then you can mark, I need a partner. And so I said, so if you're a single player or a single person, you can sign up and we can match you with the right partner for you. And everybody erupts in laughter. And I go, what? What did I say? And split second, I was like, oh, wow, I just made it sound super datey.
But at the same time, though, what if?
Right. So I had a choice in this moment. Do I fight it or do I roll with it? And in a split second, I go, roll with it for sure.
Definitely.
So I said, yeah, maybe we can throw you a lob. Erupts in laughter again. And I had like more announcements. Totally lost the entire crowd.
No, that's perfect. People are laughing because they're like, wait, this could be the one. This could be how it happens.
We could do this.
Yeah.
And so it was great. It was funny. And nobody heard about the volleyball thing that was happening after that.
Yeah, who cares about that? You said it's not really competitive in the first place. So
oh, man.
Who cares? We don't need to get into it again.
Don't get it. Get started on this volleyball league where
I think
the winner doesn't stay.
I think we just need to go to sports talk.
Yo, it's that time of day, so listen up because it's time for some sports talk. The segment where we boldly analyze things we barely watched. Did we do research?
Factually?
No. Emotionally?
Yes.
We're talking Big Daddy hacks, devastating sacks, and fourth quarter comebacks. But most importantly, no soccer.
Welcome back to Sports Talk. And honestly, the biggest event of sports happened recently.
Whoa, what's that?
That's the Pickleball World Championships, or the Super Bowl, as they like to call it.
Pickleball.
Yeah, I don't know. I just made that up. Go figure. Super Bowl happened. Seahawks, Patriots, and it was pretty meh. It was. I think it might have been one of the most unexciting Super Bowls I've watched in my lifetime.
Other Super Bowls that kind of reminded me of I worked during the Super Bowl, so I didn't even watch it. But the 43-8. No, not this one. But the 43-8 Super Bowl where it was Broncos Seahawks in 2013.
Yeah, that was a big blowout.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Also,
what else
the one where the Rams beat the Lions, or was it Rams?
Rams Patriots.
Rams lost the Patriots like 13-3.
Yeah, that one was really boring. That was 2018.
Yeah, that was Jared Goff.
Yeah, it was Jared Goff.
He was on the Rams, and then he got traded shortly after.
Yeah, ish. And then what other Super Bowl sucked? Trying to think. I don't know. That one where the Packers won, that was super rigged.
Oh, really? That was rigged? That was actually a competitive game. I think it was less than like a 1 touchdown difference.
The Steelers.
Yeah. I mean, there's
terrible Super Bowl.
I mean, even last year was kind of unexciting where the Eagles just completely blew out the Chiefs.
No, that was super exciting.
Well, at first it was, but then it was like 43-20. It's like,
yeah,
nothing's happening.
And I took my belt off at one point. BTB.
You're like, yeah, take that, Chiefs fans.
Yeah, everybody was like, oh, this is boring. I was like, no, this is what they deserve. Watch it.
Yeah.
I want America to watch.
I just remember like midway through, I'm like, no one can score except for the kicker. Like each time they're like, okay, let's get to the 30-yard. No.
Field goal.
Okay, let's get, no, field goal. Oh, another field goal.
Which,
and then, okay. Patriots did not score in the first half.
Which it worked for the Seattle a lot because Seattle's bread and butter is, hey, our defense is elite.
Yeah.
And so let's just keep slowly mounting a lead to where, and just don't make mistakes.
Which is why their kicker was one of the most valuable kickers in fantasy football last
Jason
year.
Myers.
Which is also the reason I picked him up on my guillotine league, which ultimately cost me and eliminated me that 1 week that we talked about. Because that was like the 1 week where it's like, let's not kick any field goals.
Hey, and they did good.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it'd be like that. Kenneth Walker almost won the MVP. Or no, he did
win it.
Yeah, and he's a free agent.
I didn't realize he was a free agent. Also, I had never heard him speak before.
I haven't either.
You don't know what he sounds like? Yeah, I'll pull up something. Yeah, you keep talking about him.
I started, I was at a Super Bowl party for the Young Adult Ministry, and I started cleaning up and stuff. Also, we had 300 chicken wings, and I was absolutely demolishing those chicken wings from Wings, etc. And I'm very hungry. I wish I had stopped and gotten those chicken minis. That would have been a good idea.
Yeah. Here, I'm pulling up a quick video. Just like basically, his voice is not what you expect. So here we go.
Yeah, welcome to the club, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, no doubt, man. Talk about this game and how was you feeling going in? Did you realize that you would have 161 total yards of offense?
Nah, I didn't. This whole week we've been preparing as a team, and it's just another game for us. That's how we felt.
Yeah,
he sounds like
he sounds like Michael Jackson a little bit near the end of his life.
That's not what I thought. I thought of a like if you're watching like a high school teen movie, like one of the main white boy characters.
Yeah, but he's not white, he's a big man, and it's like whoa, this voice does not match his body. But yeah, he went off.
That's how I sound too.
Went for like 100 yards, but no touchdowns, and he
almost had that one that got called back.
Yeah. And I was like hoping, I'm like, give the kicker the MVP.
Kickers' lives matter.
The kicker, don't say that. The kicker had 17 points of like the 33 I think they scored or 29 they scored because he had 5 field goals, and then he had the 2 extra points, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah. I think it was 15.
It started to get out of hand.
I think they ended up scoring 29 points because there was 2 touchdowns where he got the extra points, and they had 5 field goals.
Yeah, it was 29. It was a 13-point game.
Yeah, it was just 29 to 16 or something.
Yeah.
But most of the offense for the Patriots happened near the end, and then they tried to make a comeback and then threw another interception. And I did not realize that Drake Maye had his like an arm injury or shoulder injury going to the game because each time, like I saw him throw, I'm like, there's no zip on any of these throws. They look pathetic.
And
I'm like,
some were just bad.
Yeah, and then some are like, he looks like Uncle Rico, like trying to like throw him over those mountains instead of a big lob. And I'm like, this doesn't look good. And then at one point, someone pointed out, like, oh, no, they weren't even for sure if he would play.
Yeah. He was questionable the whole week leading up to it. Yeah. And even before the Broncos game, he was questionable to play.
Yeah. If you look at any like highlight, well, I mean, it wasn't really a highlight. If you look at any of his throws from the Super Bowl, it's like, yeah, this just doesn't look good.
Little ducks.
No zip at all. No zippity doo dah.
Yeah. It looks like me out here about to like fire that thing in there.
Yeah. It was pretty ugly performance from him.
Speaking of ugly performances,
this wasn't ugly.
The halftime show.
Honestly, it wasn't as bad as what people were saying. Like everybody always like I think hypes stuff up. They're like, yeah, this would be bad here. I'm like, okay, I guess it might be bad. And then came out. I was Bad Bunny, he came out and I was like, oh, he's not wearing a dress. Everybody said he was going to wear a dress. I'm like, okay, well that's
already better.
That's a positive. Oh, for the most part, everybody isn't like dressed like that skimpy. Like that's what I mean. Like they had some interesting dance moves, but for the most part, people were clothed better than past Super Bowl performances.
That's
so
true.
like, okay, that's kind of good. And then I get obviously like he's singing in Spanish. We can't understand him because
me gusta.
Yeah, me gusta. That's all we really know. And then I was seeing stuff afterwards. People are like, I had to look up the lyrics to his songs and like this means this. Like I can't believe he sang that. But then I saw something else. It's like actually he changed the lyrics during his performance in the Super Bowl. So the songs actually didn't say this.
So you can play them on live
yeah,
TV.
So in reality, it wasn't bad what he sang during the Super Bowl. But I mean, if you listen to his explicit versions, yeah, those are bad. But also about any other performer who's performed however many years. Like, I mean, last year was Kendrick Lamar.
That's true. He was great.
If you would have played, though, his uncensored ones, I think some people would have came in the comments as well.
Man.
So
it was crazy because we were sitting at the young adult ministry, and then we were like, absolutely not, we're not watching this. And so
did you actually turn it off or just walk away?
we switched to the All American halftime show. We never watched any part of Bad Bunny's performance. I still haven't watched any part of Bad Bunny's performance.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't. I just couldn't understand what he said. I wouldn't rewatch it just because I'm like, again, coming from someone who doesn't understand the lyrics, I'm like, it was a cool visual performance. He had some good beats, but I'm like, I just don't really know. I don't know what's being said.
One guy pulled it up and he said, yeah, there's 20 twerking Puerto Ricans. And then they showed it in Bad Bunny. It was like thrusting the air.
Yeah. I mean, those were very brief moments of the 17 minutes or so.
I was like, dang it.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't know. It's kind of like what people have been saying is like, listen, like, he's not, or the NFL is not advertising to the Americans at this point. They're advertising globally, trying to make it a more global sport because they already have the Americans by like the death grip. And so,
yeah. And that's why they keep on doing so many like games, like
in
overseas,
Germany,
like everywhere else. Like they're trying to grow it.
London.
Yeah.
They did Mexico City. Their Cowboys are playing in the first, I think it's Argentina or something next year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's crazy. But so they're trying to grow it globally.
Yeah.
And it's that's part of why Bad Bunny was chosen for this performance.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, no, anybody who watches football, they're not going to be like, oh, this is happening. I'm never going to watch football again. They're still going to watch football. And if they say differently, they're lying.
Well, yeah, my dad said that after they started doing the like stuff in 2020 where they put like the racism stuff at the end, like end racism, where I was like, oh, I'm not watching this anymore, and kneeling for the national anthem.
And he's like, yeah, I still watch every single game. And
he doesn't watch every single game, but like he'll watch games and stuff and talk a little bit. He doesn't follow it anymore because he's just kind of over sports in general, other than baseball.
Yeah.
And so now Samuel wants to predict next year's winners.
Well, I'm going to really quick say also, because I thought we would talk a little bit more. Do you know Ronald? You didn't know this because you don't watch any of it, so you don't know. Ronald Acuna Jr. was in the halftime performance.
Really?
Yeah, they had like lots of random people. Acuna Jr. was there.
What a guy.
Pedro Pascal was there, just like kind of like dancing in the background casually.
All the Latin players.
Stephon Diggs' girlfriend, Cardi B.
I didn't know they were dating.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I didn't watch it now.
She was just, again, she was like in the background, like just kind of casually, like they had like a group of
Cardi
people.
B.
But it's funny because it's like, Stephon Diggs, your team has scored 0 points going into the half, and your girlfriend, Cardi B, is out there dancing during the halftime performance.
And you've been charged with a felony.
Yeah, so...
and then he goes on to lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they had like a lot of people like along those lines who were just like kind of there, just like hanging out.
Did him and Cardi B break up?
No, I think they're still together. And then also, again, because you don't watch it, a real couple got married during the performance.
I heard about that.
Yeah, because I guess this couple invited Bad Bunny to their wedding, and he declined, but I guess he was like, hey, but if you want to get married during my Super Bowl halftime performance, we can do it. So
I don't even know what's happening then.
Yeah, so it's like insane. So they had a legitimate wedding during the performance. I'm like, that's crazy. And also, is that like the biggest destination wedding ever? Like
San Francisco?
Well, no. Like at the Super Bowl, like, hey, so we're getting married. You have to buy Super Bowl tickets.
You do
to
attend our wedding.
Yes. So if you
and
care
you won't
about
be
us,
close at all.
Yeah. So that's one thing, just in case. And then also, randomly, Lady Gaga, she showed up and performed like one song in English, and I'm like, this doesn't really fit. I don't know why you're here currently.
Yeah.
And then one other thing that I noticed, do you know the song Gasolina by Daddy Yankee? You've probably heard it. It's
can't say that I do.
You've seen Benchwarmers.
I didn't like bench warmers.
You didn't? Okay. Well, do you remember when the one pitcher comes in who's like, I am 12?
Yeah.
Whenever he starts striking out everybody and goes like aggressive, they play in the background the song Gasolina, which is like a very popular Hispanic song. Very inappropriate if you know the lyrics.
Dang it.
But also very good beat. And because I don't understand the lyrics, I'm like, this is awesome.
Dang it.
But he played like 5 seconds of it, and everybody is like, I think, kind of losing their mind. They're like, oh, he's going to bring out this Daddy Yankee guy to perform. He didn't. He just played like 5 seconds. And I looked up later, I'm like, why didn't he? And I guess he wanted to invite him, but I found out Daddy Yankee, who's one of the biggest like Hispanic artists ever, he like gave himself to Christ. And I think maybe like a pastor now is like, yeah, I don't perform like any of my old music anymore. And I would have performed at the halftime if he wanted to perform like one of my new songs, which is more like faith-based. But obviously he didn't want to. But I'm like, that's kind of cool. Because I know like a lot of Daddy Yankee's lyrics, if you understand Spanish, very inappropriate.
Como te llamas?
Yeah. But I guess he had a huge change of heart, and now he only like performs his like new, like more like faith-based Christian music
Similar
stuff.
to if we brought up your old Facebook posts.
Yeah, my old ones were wild. I used to post about the Cardinals all the time.
Man, same.
Yeah. So
make Facebook casual again.
yeah. But that's about it. One other just quick hit is the coach for the Seahawks. Apparently he built his offensive schemes on Madden.
Mike Macdonald,
I think.
Not McDaniel. Yeah, McDaniel's the guy, the Dolphins coach.
Yeah, former Packers backup quarterback Kurt Benkert. He's like really big on like Facebook and like social media, and he does like a lot of like analyzation of like football stuff. And he posted something along those lines that I guess he uses Madden, like their coach, to work out these schemes to see if like how they'll work.
You got to work it out.
And like that's insane. But now, yeah, we can.
Well, and they lose their offensive coordinator too. Clint was it Gary
Eastwood.
Kubiak?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
It wasn't Clint Kubiak because that was their dad, I think.
Yeah.
But Gary goes to Vegas, and now he's going to be stuck in the black hole forever.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you have some predictions for next year?
So 2026-27, we're going to predict the Super Bowl matchup and the winner right now.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll get into a little bit more of our NFL storylines here in a second.
Yes, I'm ready.
So, Super Bowl matchup, I think is going to be, I don't know. It's honestly really tough. And I think the Rams will regress. I think Matthew Stafford's going to get hurt. In the NFC, I don't know. I'm going to take not the Eagles. The Eagles might make it back. I don't know.
I know you don't want to say it, but you know the right answer.
Yeah, the 49ers.
No, you know the right answer. You just don't want to say it.
It's not going to be the Packers.
It is,
Wow.
and you know it.
No, absolutely
It's definitely going to be them.
They'll get through their gauntlet of a division, then the gauntlet of the playoffs again to go all the way to the Super Bowl, even though they're the fourth best team in their division.
Not even true. You are so wrong, and it's funny. I'm just waiting for you to say your picks so I can tell you the right picks.
I don't know, because it's like I don't want to take the 49ers because of stuff I'm going to say later. I'm not going to pick the Seahawks to repeat. They won't repeat. Who's in the...
I'll read the NFL teams to you.
Minnesota's good.
Okay, here's the teams. So you got the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers, Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Titans. None of them. You got the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers.
I think...
Out of those teams, I feel like the Bills are the best team.
Out of the AFC... I don't know. It's hard to tell what the Chiefs... I'm going to take the Chiefs to go back to the Super Bowl next year.
Coming back from injury. Okay.
Yeah,
And then
because they'll have a high draft pick. I think they're going to take a running back in this draft. And I think they're going to come back from injury with a lot of key pieces.
And then you got the Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings, Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers. Out of that line, I think you would say the two best teams are probably the Lions and the Packers. Out of that line of teams.
Bears are right there.
I think the Bears will regress. But yeah. And then you have the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Commanders, Cardinals, Rams, 49ers, Seahawks.
Gosh, every team in the NFC sucks.
Your Cowboys are right in the mix.
The Cowboys are not going to be better.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be slightly better. They'll be fringe playoff next year.
Yeah.
I think, dude, watch out for the Falcons. I think they might be pretty good next year.
You really think so?
Well, because they got Stefanski now. They got a real head coach.
They got the big P on their quarterback.
They got Michael Penix there. They're going to cut Kirk Cousins. I think they might win the South. They're not going to go to Super Bowl.
Yeah. But who are your Super Bowl picks?
So
pick two teams, Dane.
I'll take the Chiefs out of the AFC.
Okay.
And then give me,
5.
Give me
4, 3, 2.
I don't want to take the Eagles, but it's the only team I feel decent about. So I'm
Okay,
like, give me the Eagles, I guess.
So you think it's going to be Chiefs Eagles again?
Yeah. I mean, that's the only team I feel halfway decent about.
Okay.
And so then I take the Chiefs to win.
Okay, yeah.
And it'll be like 28-24.
Okay. I'm going to go with the same prediction I have for this year. I think it'll be Packers-Bills. I think the Bills with Josh Allen, I think he'll want to fight a little more aggressively. I think with having Patrick Mahomes back, it'll kind of put a fire under him. Like, oh, I actually do need to play better. I think they'll trade.
Maybe they'll get a receiver.
And I'll get into that in my predictions. I think they will trade for some better receivers to help the offense. They'll look a lot better there. NFC.
New coach, right?
Yeah, they got a new coach also.
Brian Dable?
Yeah. So
Gosh, dang it.
I think they will win that unless something crazy happens injury-wise. Similarly with the Packers, obviously I'm a Packers fan. I'm wearing Packers stuff right now. But they were arguably the best team in the NFL there before Micah Parsons went down, arguably the best defensive player in football. They had arguably the best tight end in football with Tucker Kraft, who went down early. They'll have both those guys back on top of realizing, oh, our first-round draft pick this year, wide receiver Matthew Golden, oh, he's really good. We just decided not to use him.
That's
so
true.
I think they'll utilize that wide receiver better. They'll have their tight end back, have the best offensive player in football back, on top of having lots of new coordinators who I think could help the team out more.
True.
So assuming no crazy injuries, which is a big assumption.
That's true.
I think they should win out. Like, I think I don't really see. I think they have a very good chance to win it all.
I wonder if the Packers are going to make the playoffs.
Well, in their division, the Vikings will be bad. I think the Bears will regress quite a bit over what they were this year. I think the Lions will be slightly better, but I think the Packers will win. I think the Lions will get second. Bears will get third. Vikings
Who did the
will get
Lions bring in to be their offensive coordinator?
I'm not positive, but I know they changed it up a little bit.
They brought in somebody pretty good, I remember.
Yeah. But I really don't know the coordinator names.
Mike McDaniel. He is not the Dolphins head coach, right?
Yeah,
he went to the Chargers, right?
Yeah, he moved around.
Dang. Dude, the Chargers might go to Super Bowl.
I mean, they might. You never know.
Dude,
But currently, your projections are you think
Yeah.
the Chiefs will beat the Eagles. I think Packers will beat the Bills. So
yeah, still
those,
give me that.
Those are predictions. We'll see how it goes. And BTS will do the halftime show next year.
Who's BTS?
They're that Korean boy band.
Oh. Dang it.
Which actually, they have some bops. Like, they actually have some really good hits. I've had them on my playlist for like 7 years. Okay, so now it's a good time to get into our main segment.
Okay, we've officially thrown the script out the window. It's time for the main segment. And honestly, who knows where this is going? We don't. You don't. God does. But he's not telling.
And welcome back to the main segment where we're keeping those NFL storylines going. We both have some predictions on what we think will happen this next year. Could be a little wild, could be a little reasonable. We'll see. And do you want to go kind of back and forth? We both say one.
Yeah, let's go back and forth.
Okay. For me, Mahomes revenge tour, like you said.
Yeah.
He's coming back off injury. He had the ACL, LCL tear.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to kind of light a fire under himself. Be like, hey, I got to be better. I can't do what I did this past year. I can't get injured. He'll play very well. I think the Chiefs should run away with their division once again, especially with those other pieces they might get alongside. So I think they'll get back to their old ways. Again, coming off injury, he'll probably get comeback player of the year or something stupid. And even though he only missed a few games, but they'll probably still give it to him just because he's Patrick Mahomes. And I think they'll kind of look like the old Chiefs. Also, on top of that, just kind of in the same sphere, most likely will be potentially Travis Kelce's last year. He hasn't confirmed yet, but it looks like he'll come back.
Man.
If that's the case, I think it can make for a really interesting Chiefs reunion.
Yeah, Chiefs players. The mock draft is that Jeremiah Love, the Notre Dame running back, who's going to be a stud, is going to go number 9 to the Chiefs, which the headline was Chiefs get their Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah. And it's like, well, crap.
Yeah. But I think it'll be interesting to see. I think I'll have a good comeback, and that's my first headline. What about you?
Mine is teams that go worst to first, and then a couple regression teams as well.
Okay.
So Giants, I think, are going to make the playoffs.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was one of mine coming up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, yeah, I mean, there's no way you would know it. And we can kind of mesh these together, but yeah.
Yeah, Giants make the playoffs, so they bring in John Harbaugh. Like, they have an adult in the room.
Yep.
Jackson Dart is a real quarterback. Cam Scattergood's coming back. Malik Neighbors is coming back.
Yep.
They're going to have another draft under John Harbaugh now, so it'll just be a good situation. They should have an easy schedule. They have, somewhere between the 3rd and 5th pick. So it'll be great. They have a pretty good defense anyways.
Yeah.
Falcons, I'm predicting to have a winning record.
Okay.
And so
that's reasonable.
That's not a huge say out there, but in their division, I'm like, hey, I could see them actually going and being halfway decent next year. And I might be eating my words. 2 regression teams. Patriots regress.
Yeah, that's also one of mine.
Dang it. So
I'm just going to say right now, Patriots, Seahawks, I don't think either team makes the playoffs next year.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you keep going the years, yeah.
So Patriots regress. It really depends on what they're going to do in the receiver room. And then does their left tackle, Will Campbell, I think he'll be okay. I don't think it's that big of a deal or not big of a deal. I think he's been hurt all year long.
Yep.
And so then when he was terrible in the Super Bowl against an elite defense, yeah, I could see that as a rookie too.
Yeah.
So I think he'll end up being a pretty good left tackle. But my other regression team is the Broncos. I think the Broncos missed the playoffs.
The years are really adding up with mine. We don't need to go back and forth completely because this is just relevant. I have that with Fernando Mendoza coming for Raiders.
Yeah.
I think they make the playoffs with them and then their new coach and everything else. I think
Who's their new coach? Oh, Kubiak, yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll sneak in, and I think the Broncos will regress pretty aggressively, not make the playoffs like you said. Mm-hmm. They could drop the last place in that division. I think the Chargers, honestly, I think they'll do worse than they did this year. I think the Raiders could sneak in.
Raiders, I don't think will make the playoffs. I want to see what Mendoza does on a terrible team rather than a loaded team.
It is interesting, but I mean,
or terrible O-line, anyways. Yeah. Which we're saying this before they've even drafted, but of course they're going to draft him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know with that. So, what's your next one?
So, again, I kind of said part of mine with Mendoza coming back. So, my crazy expectation is that he'll help the Raiders somehow make it to playoffs. Mm-hmm. And then also mentioned with the Giants, I think they'll make the playoffs as well with John Harbaugh, etc.
Yeah.
Kind of going, again, similarly, I'm going to finish this one off. I have both the Patriots and Seahawks miss the playoffs.
Dang.
Which, again, I kind of already said. I'll just go to the new one that I have.
Seahawks, I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Patriots,
I don't know.
I don't think they're that good.
I just want to see what they do this offseason. If they bring in a real receiver, I'd be like, man, they might be pretty decent.
Well, also the Dolphins, I think they're going to sign Malik Willis. I think he's going to surprise people, maybe make the Dolphins into potentially a playoff team. I don't have that directly, but they could at least push the Patriots down further.
Well, so my prediction with the Patriots is they trade for A.J. Brown.
Which would also be good because he doesn't want to beat the Eagles. He's gone. He's going to be somewhere else.
He's definitely gone.
Yeah.
It's just where. And then Mike Vrabel had him in Tennessee. Yeah. And they need a receiver now.
And it's funny that you mentioned a wide receiver because my next, I guess, official different projection is that Justin Jefferson gets traded to the Bills.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. LSU reunion. You finally get that elite number 1 for the Bills. I mean, what's
the trade?
I don't know exactly. It just somehow it happens. Maybe some picks or something else.
I think
picks and different players because right now the Vikings aren't in a spot to win with the quarterback they have. So it doesn't make sense to keep Jefferson if you can potentially get a really good piece for a rebuild. I think he gets reunited. Oh, it could be also they who's like the Bill? Do the Bills have any
young players? Any
good guys or is it mainly draft picks?
Well, I mean they got Josh, but then player wise their defense is pretty good. Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah,
he's a good tight end.
There's different guys that could go. I think he'll probably be more draft capable more than anything. But
2 firsts, a third.
Yeah, I think Justin Jefferson gets traded to the Bills because the Bills need a really good elite wide receiver. You get Josh Allen, one of his OG guys. And then,
I'm like, they need it, but I don't see Kevin O'Connell.
Also, I don't know why I just said give Josh Allen one of his OG guys because Josh Allen went to Wyoming.
Yeah.
It was Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's LSU. Yeah. But I think Justin Jefferson still gets traded to the Bills.
Gosh, that would be so spicy. And then everybody's going to lose their mind if that happens.
Yeah.
They're like, Bills are running away with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not exactly, guys.
Yeah. I think that's kind of my next one. So honestly, right now I have 4 of my predictions out because some of yours were very similar to mine. So
yeah. So I did worst to first, and now I'm going to do worst to worst.
Yep.
So Cleveland Browns get the number 1 pick next year.
And they probably messed it up again.
Oh, my goodness. They did a absolutely horrendous job in the head coach hiring process. And then they were it was so bad. And then a lot of the guys who wanted to take over the Browns job, then the Browns said, though, if you take this job, you have to keep Jim Schwartz as your defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
They finally got a guy to agree to do that. And then Jim Schwartz was like, make me the head coach. And then they were like, no, we want you as the DC. And then he finally steps away. He just goes, no, I quit. And then walks. And so they miss out on all the head coaching hires just to have their guy that they wanted to keep for sure walk.
Yep.
And then they bring in some guy, I don't even know who it was. It's just not going to be good. And so Browns, I think, are going to be the worst team in the NFL. They're going to get the number 1 pick. Myles Garrett, like, I could super see him requesting a trade. Like, I don't think he wants to. And then if you're the Browns, I think they're just going to be like, no, like, we're not going to trade you because they're just a terrible franchise. Did you look up who they hired as a head coach?
For the Browns, you said?
Yeah.
Browns head coach. I was trying to look at some standing stuff.
Oh.
Former Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken.
Monken, I don't think he's good offensive coordinator.
Yeah, 5-year deal.
Yeah. And then I think the Bears will regress as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a massive regression.
I think they'll get 3rd in their division.
Yeah. Vikings will finish last.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It really depends on what Detroit does in my head.
Yeah. But even with the Bears, they had so many fluke games. Like the amount of times it has gotten extremely lucky at the end, you can't just assume that's going to happen again. Like there was so many times they just looked pathetic.
It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I think their head coach is amazing. The whiz kid. What's his name?
I don't know. He's just really cocky.
Yeah. He's great, like great offensive mind. And then they're going to let DJ Moore walk, I think. More Luther Burton. I think they're tied in. Cole Kmet. Not Cole. He is one of the tight
he's one of the
Colston
guys.
Loveland.
He's the one who went off his rookie guy.
Yeah. If you guys have him in fantasy football, draft him next year early and often.
I saw a thing that came out like after the year, and it's like top rookies from the year, kind of like going into the next year. And I think they ranked him number 1. And I think Matthew Golden, the wide receiver the Packers barely used, they ranked like 4 or 5. Everybody's like, why is he there? It's like, well, they never threw to him, and when he did, he had like 20 yards per catch. So, he's a good guy for the Bears. I mean, the Bears have a good future, but there's no way they win the division next year.
It's just, it's interesting. The NFC North is a lot like NFC West, a lot like, what's the other division that's really good?
Yeah.
The AFC West. Did I say that? The NFC West, the AFC West, the NFC North, all really good divisions.
Yeah, also the division, I'm going which one had AFC East? That's the one with the Steelers, Ravens, and Bengals?
That's AFC North.
AFC North, yeah. I think that could potentially, at the very least, they'll have 2 playoff teams next year. It could potentially be 3.
Really interested to see who the Steelers have at quarterback.
I think Rodgers will come back one last time, and if he comes back one last time, I think he still sneaks in the playoffs. McCarthy. And then I think Burrow, because he'll be healthy, he'll sneak back up there, and then Ravens will be a little bit of a wild card again.
Yeah, we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
Are you on to your 3rd prediction?
Well, this is actually my last one because I already kind of said all the others.
Nice.
Kind of going onto it. Packers, again, expect them to win the Super Bowl. I mean,
dang it.
Going back to it, I already predicted earlier, but I mean, Love had a over 100 passer rating during the year.
What's Love got to do?
Micah Parsons had, I think he had the 2nd most or 3rd most like quarterback pressures in the NFL, which means I think just getting to the quarterback and making him like make a bad play basically.
Micah's a bum.
And he didn't play like the last like 4 or 5 games of the year. And he was only like 10 pressures behind the next guy. If he would have played the entire season, he would have had by far the most in the NFL, which is crazy. So
depends on how he comes back from the ACL tear.
I mean, I think he'll come back with a vengeance. And then Tucker Kraft, he obviously got injured early in the year. Early. So he should be perfectly healthy by the time the season comes around.
He'll be good, yeah. He's a guy.
And him, again, on top of having those really good offensive options like Matthew Golden, they don't know what's happened with Dubs. I don't think they really need him, but they might try to re-sign him.
Oh, Dobbs?
Yeah, but I mean, they also showed that Christian Watson, you're very good. Oh, Jaden Reed, you're still good. Oh, we have Golden here. So
Romeo is a fantastic 3rd receiver.
Yeah, but the issue is they have 4 very good ones. So I think they either try to make a move and trade one of those guys, or they either don't re-sign Dobbs, or they have to basically trade like the Jaden Reed, or if they get an amazing deal for like a Watson.
Reed's always hurt. And so is Watson.
Yeah, Watson was healthier a little bit this year, but then he did have some of those dumb injuries. The same game that Parsons went down, he also got hurt.
Man.
Yeah, it was a bad time. But I think they just have a very, very good offense. And with Micah Parsons, their defense is very solid. I think they make some good moves, drafts, etc. And I think they get it.
You think they'll Josh Jacobs comes back, or do you think they'll cut him?
No, they'll keep him. I don't.
I don't know what they want to do money wise.
I don't know what's going to happen yet with all that, but I mean, right now, like he's been arguably one of the best running backs the Packers have had in a very, very long time. Like his numbers are better with them than what
he's
other guy was. Going blank. Guy who went to Viking, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, so I think they'll keep Josh Jacobs because I don't know what other options they would really have.
Yeah. And go for it again, especially if if you have Parsons in your windows right now, I think you keep him.
Yeah.
And then they always have this backup game plan of give it to Josh Jacobs 35 times.
Yeah.
And then play defense, don't lose the game, and they win.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
AKA the Malik Willis plan.
Yes. So, yeah, it'll be intriguing. Those are all my predictions because some of them overlapped with yours. So if you want to finish off yours, we can keep moving. And
yeah, I kind of combined my last ones here.
Yep.
And this is fantasy players to watch out for.
Oh!
Yeah. I'm always looking for you guys in the fantasy realm, and I'm always looking to win next year too. So here's the guys that I'm keen on for next year. Number 1, Malik Neighbors.
I thought you said Malik Willis.
No, well, maybe.
Yeah.
He's a flyer guy, Malik Willis, that I'm like, I might throw him on my bench and see what happens kind of guy. Malik Neighbors, though, he was a first-round pick last year. People are going to start taking him in the late second, early third this year.
Because they're mad at him.
Because they're mad at him tearing his ACL. And don't do that. You're bringing in a legit coach now. You have a legit running game. They'll probably take...
And also, you didn't know you had a legit quarterback last year.
Yeah, you didn't know yet. Yeah, he played the first 4 games with Russell Wilson, who is terrible.
Yeah.
And so now you have another year of development for Dart, and then you have a better offensive scheme around here. You're recovering from the ACL tear. I think he's going to be electric and worthy of your first-round pick again.
Yep.
He has a little bit of risk just coming off injury, but it depends on where you're drafting it. I think he goes late first, early second, and that's where I would take him. Another guy, Christian McCaffrey.
Always. Unless he gets injured the entire year.
Don't draft him.
Oh,
is my prediction, because exactly what you just said right there. Hey, a year of being perfectly healthy for Christian McCaffrey. We know what it is.
1 year on, 1 year off.
Yep, 1 year on, 1 year off. I think he gets hurt. That's my prediction. But if he's healthy, he's going to be great. So don't come at me being like, you're wrong. I'm just predicting injury is what it is.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor, I think regresses. I don't think he has the touchdown rate that he did.
He regressed aggressively at the end of the year also, and he might not have a quarterback.
Yeah.
So
that's a tough situation.
As soon as he lost Daniel Jones, he went down quick.
Yeah, which is understandable because now they can't throw the ball, so that teams stack the box. Yeah. So Jonathan Taylor, I think he regresses because he had huge workload this year, and then also like he had like ridiculous touchdown rate, and so I don't think
for like the first 13 games, and then he looked kind of trash the last 5 or 4
because they couldn't score at all.
Yeah,
and so for him, he's still going to be good. He's just not going to be great.
Yep.
So here's a guy I do think is going to be great, Ashton Genty. So
you think he'll come back nice? Well, also he'll have a better team around him.
He'll have a way better team around him.
Better quarterback.
An offensive head coach now. They should take a lineman in the draft. Or no, they're going to take Mendoza. But then in the future rounds, I think they'll take linemen. And because they have Bowers now, they brought in, did they bring a receiver in? I can't remember, Jacoby Myers, or they traded Jacoby Myers to Jacksonville.
Yeah, but I don't really know how their team looks for the most part.
Yeah, I think he'll be better this year because you actually have an offense that you can't just stack the box and say Geno Smith beat us.
Yeah.
And so I think he'll be awesome. I'm going to try and trade for him in my Dynasty League everywhere. And the last one that I combined here to watch out for is all Chargers players.
All Chargers players.
All offensive Chargers players. If
Yep.
you can get your hands on Quentin Johnston, if you can get your hands on Omarion Hampton, that's the guy I want you to star.
Well, I'm McConkey.
Ladd, yes, him
Yep.
too. Mike McDaniel coming in and running the offense now is going to be insane. And so, but Omarion Hampton, he was great before he got injured last year. And then also, guys who got injured were their left and right tackle, who are Joe
hurts.
Alt and another guy who's a stud.
Yeah.
And so that affects your running game pretty big and your quarterback play. Like I heard somebody predict that Justin Herbert's going to win the MVP next year. And I'm like, maybe.
I mean, he got 1 vote this year. 1 or 2. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that was. And the MVP race was terrible because the guys who voted for Herbert and then there was 3 votes for another guy. If any one of those guys had voted for Drake May, he would have won the MVP.
Yeah, which is what we went over last week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you said that. That's how I heard that. Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I was like, where did I hear that from?
Yep.
But the Chargers players. So, yeah, Quentin Johnston, Ladd McConkey, Omarion Hampton, Justin Herbert, throw him on your team. I think he'll be a legit quarterback next year. Whoever plays tight end for them next year. I just think their offense, you're going to want pieces of it. It's going to be one of those offenses where if you have these players on your team, it's going to be great. And so throw all of those players that I said on your team, except for Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey, unless you get them at a good value.
Yep.
So
cool.
That's the other thing that I don't want people to hear is I'm not saying don't draft those players, but I'm saying if you get them at the right value, take them. If you get CMC in the second or third round, Jonathan Taylor in the second, third round, take him, of course. I just wouldn't take them next year with my first round pick.
And odds are they'll all go second round or earlier. They'll probably be first round.
Somebody's going to take him. Somebody's taking Christian McCaffrey like third overall. It's just not going to be me.
Yep.
Same thing with Jonathan Taylor.
Let's go. Cool. And those are the NFL storylines. Let us know what you think in the comments. And I think
I manifested pretty hard there. Whoa! Welcome back to part 105 of Dane's Manifesto. And once again, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Wow, you wouldn't have thought it. By the way, Jordan loved you in that segment we just did. That was the worst thing ever. And so, Samuel, are you ready? You shared some of your Valentine's Day plans earlier, right?
Yep. Stuff that happened 2 days ago.
Exactly. Stuff that happened 2 days ago. And now, maybe you're sitting there on a Monday or throughout the week and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I had a terrible plan going into Valentine's Day 2026. And I really need a solid Valentine's Day plan going into 2027, which Valentine's Day will be on the Super Bowl in 2027. So that is your Valentine's Day plan.
Yep.
However, if you need a new one going into the future, I have the perfect Valentine's Day for you and your boo.
And your boo.
So I have a 5-step plan to having a perfect Valentine's Day for you and your slim, thick, baddie queen. Don't steal that. That's mine. So that was not mine. I didn't come up with that.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
My old coworker, Deshaun, came up... He came up with that, and he was interested in a girl and called her a slim, thick, baddie queen. And I was like, wow.
Doesn't surprise me. Which will surprise you is his comment he left on the episode, which I'll read here in a minute.
Deshaun did?
Yeah.
I didn't know he left one. That's awesome.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, no, you're thinking of Keenan.
Oh,
yes.
I mixed up. I wasn't thinking the guy who worked at the church said that. I was thinking the one who didn't work at the church said it.
No, Keenan's awesome.
Sorry, Keenan. You're also awesome. And I'm sorry I mixed you up.
Keenan, can you guess why Samuel mixed you up?
Don't.
That's just for you.
No. I wasn't thinking. I was reading. I'm sorry.
Back to the 5-step plan for how you can have a perfect Valentine's Day for you and your boo. Number 1, get a reservation hecka early. Get the reservation hecka early, somewhere fancy like Dairy Queen.
And you're talking all for next year.
This is for next year.
Yeah, probably also do it on Saturday because
do it on Saturday.
Is the Super Bowl.
Saturday or Sunday's shot for you. Like you're having a party, do it on Saturday.
Yep.
That's number 1 tip. Do your Valentine's Day on a different day next year. Get ahead of it early. This is the year, gentlemen, that you guys need to get ahead of it early. I'm telling you right now, it's on Super Bowl Sunday. So you need to start like putting pennies in the penny bank of like, babe, I just want to take you out just because.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. It's August 4th, and I want to take you out just because. That way, you can be like, hey, the Super Bowl is on Sunday, and I really love and cherish you. All I'm asking is that we do our Valentine's Day plans on Saturday. That's all I'm asking. More things are open. We still can go to church then.
You also can do Friday.
You can do Friday.
You have two good options.
Any other day.
Yep.
And then it'll be great. And honestly, I think that's a reasonable request. And so that's number 1. Get a reservation hecka early, somewhere fancy like Dairy Queen. Number 2 is stage a dramatic fight at dinner as to entertain the people at the restaurant. So you and your boo, as we all know, you guys love a good bit because bits are what keeps the world spinning.
Yep.
So you guys are going to stage a fight at the dinner where maybe she throws her wine in your face and you duck it and then it hits the person behind you. Or she throws her fajitas at you because you decided not to go to Dairy Queen. You went to a Mexican restaurant instead. And the fajitas miss you and actually hit the guy behind you. And then he gets 3rd-degree burns, but it's okay because he's cool with it.
Yeah.
For some reason. So that's tip number 2. Stage your dramatic fight because the people around you, like you want to love others too, right? Love God, love others. And loving others means that you provide dinner and a show at the restaurant of your choice between you and yo boo. And so that's tip number 2. Number 3, place a large parlay that night and check how it's going when either of you brings up your ex. So
just don't do any of these things.
Place a large
for the
parlay. Place a large parlay that night and keep checking it anytime one of you mentions your ex. And so you might bring up their ex, so that way you guys can check your parlay and see if you guys are going to get that new home that you guys want to buy in the future. It's going to be amazing when it hits, right? When the 19-leg parlay actually hits. And so speaking of bringing up your ex, that goes into tip number 4. Accidentally call your significant other by one of your ex's names. Bonus points if this is your most recent ex.
That's good. That's good. That honestly is. And double down. Be like, no, that is your name.
We don't want to forget the past, because that's the thing, is that those who forget the history are doomed to repeat it, right? So you don't want to repeat history. And so by bringing up your ex, and specifically your most recent ex, you're actually honoring history, and you're actually going to be able to avoid things like that in the future. And so by calling your significant other by your ex's name, you can therefore remember your ex and honor their name by not repeating history. Wow. And tip number 5, last one, is reveal that you've been secretly pouring all of your combined income into Blockbuster stock because, quote, it'll never be this cheap again.
As long as the AMC thing, or no.
Yes.
Not AMC. Oh, AMC also, and GameStop. If that happens again, you're looking good.
It happens again, and it will happen with Blockbuster this time. Now, this is not...
I don't think Blockbuster stock is a thing.
It probably isn't.
No,
however...
Because there's one location in the world, and it's privately owned.
Wow.
I believe, yeah.
Hey, invest in that. It sounds like it's thriving. So once you reveal that you've been secretly pouring all of your money into Blockbuster stock because, quote, it'll never be this cheap again, you will be able to tell your boo that you planned the perfect Valentine's Day for both of you. And so I want you guys to have a successful 2028 Valentine's Day, or if you do it on Saturday or Friday in 2027, then congratulations, you guys had an amazing Valentine's Day if you follow this 5-step plan to making your boo happy on Valentine's Boo.
Just so you know, it says the entity that operated Blockbuster prior to the sale to Dish remains nominally active under the name BB Liquidating Incorporated and trades as a penny stock. However, it no longer has any assets or ties to the Blockbuster brand or its remaining franchise location. So yeah, definitely put all your money in there.
This is not financial advice.
Yeah, so let's just get into it.
Sam's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sam's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack.
Welcome back to Samuel's Little Known Facts, part 49. Almost a year of doing this. That's pretty crazy. These are all going to be kind of halftime show related, commercial related, etc. of the Super Bowl. So let's read some of these little known facts off. While Super Bowl ad prices have been climbing for decades, 2026 saw a staggering leap. A 30-second commercial spot cost as much as $10 million.
That's crazy.
Or $333,000 per second.
Oh my goodness.
For context, in 2024, those same 30 seconds were only $7 million.
Only.
So it says
$3 million increase.
I guess advertisers are now spending more on the airtime alone than many mid-sized companies make.
Did you see the Dunkin' Donuts one?
Yeah.
They had so many star actors in it too. And so $10 million plus whatever you're paying them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Another one, the AI. Yeah, a lot of AI.
Yeah.
Unlike previous years dominated by crypto or like .com companies, apparently this was the year where AI integration was key.
Yeah.
Almost 25% of the commercials featured or were themed around AI. Major tech players like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, they kind of went head to head, battle the bots to try to claim the dominance in the consumer AI space. A lot of AI. Yeah. And I noticed that quickly. I was like, this is kind of crazy.
I am decently concerned about AI in the future.
Yeah, a lot.
But we'll see.
Also, I guess this was the second most watched Super Bowl ever. It says it didn't quite beat last year's all-time viewership record, which makes sense because the teams this year were not
Stinky boo-boo.
Yeah, not as exciting. But it had a massive 124.9 million average viewers.
Yeah.
But I guess, what we're saying?
I was going to say, what are you watching if you're not watching the Super Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday?
Seriously. But then it said it peaked at 137.8 million concurrent viewers during the second quarter, which was kind of before
the blowout.
Yeah, before the blowout. Yeah. And it said that was the highest peak audience in U.S. television history. So shout out.
Speaking of which,
Daniel
Reed had a blowout.
Oh.
Go on.
But yeah, it said it did dip near the end when the Seahawks blowout started kind of happening. So
Yeah, commencing.
if it wouldn't have, if it would have been a closer game, who knows? Could have been the most watched ever on average.
True.
Something else is so if you actually went to the Super Bowl, which I'm
my.
assuming is all of you, the concession prices were kind of insane at
I want to guess. Give me an item.
So they had one item in particular that was getting a lot of viewership online, and it was a Super Bowl like hammer burger, which had like a giant like steak, I think, kind of like included in the burger itself.
That's crazy.
How much do you think this item was, Dane?
$72.
$180.
Oh,
Yeah.
double. More than double.
Yeah, it said it wasn't just a patty. It featured a braised bone-in beef shank, roasted Maroy Pio de Me Glace. I probably messed it up. And Point Reyes
Bonjour.
blue cheese fondue.
Wow.
But if you wanted a side of the dungeness,
What'd you call
grab
me?
potachos, which are potato chip nachos. That would be another $40.
Yes, please. So nachos essentially were $40.
Yeah, that's insane.
Potato chip nachos. You mean just nachos?
Yeah, and like the cheapest tickets to get in the Super Bowl were like at least probably like a few grand. So
You probably didn't care.
yeah.
You had to eat.
Well, the people who were just getting in with that aren't paying the money for that. It's the people who are spending $50,000 for tickets. Like, pennies. They got a good
pennies.
deal. And then finally, it says there was definitely like a social explosion, like social media regarding this. It says, while TV broadcast numbers were slightly down from 2025, the halftime show social media engagement was off the charts, which, go figure. It said Bad Bunny's performance generated over 4 billion social media views within the first 24 hours. And it said, interestingly, over 55% of that engagement came from outside the U.S., proving that the Super Bowl has officially transitioned from like a U.S. Sunday holiday to more of a global like festivity.
I wouldn't say that. But I would say...
Or it's getting more to a global.
The goal succeeded of making it more global. Yes.
Yeah. So that's...
I wonder if this trend continues, doing like more global artists.
Well, that's why I kind of was joking about that BTS band, but I would not be surprised if in a couple of years they do that. Because
somebody else is huge.
Obviously, you probably don't know anything about this band, but they are one of the biggest bands in the world also. And they broke up for a few years because they all had like required military service in Korea.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah, and that's like something they have to do.
That's true. That's when Bob, he left.
Yeah. So that's why they had to take a break. But I think just recently they're officially back together, and I think they're about to go on tour, and they're probably going to sell out every place, anywhere that they go to.
I want the K-pop Demon Hunters to perform.
Well, they were saying like, hey, both of them together. And like that would be all the kids like, yes, let's go.
Yeah. We're going up, up, up.
Yeah. So that, who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if that happens in the next few years. But
wow.
I really want Post Malone still, personally, or just get me a whole Snoop Dogg one.
Posty would be too American.
Post Malone, I don't think so.
You think so?
No, because he has all the other music. Like, he's one of the biggest artists in the world also.
I agree.
Because he doesn't just do country. He would do a couple country with his other original hits.
You think Jelly Roll would make an appearance?
I think if Post Malone was there, Jelly Roll would show up for one song.
Dude, if they really wanted to go big, do Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, Jelly Roll. If you had those three.
Well, Morgan Wallen, they wouldn't have those three. Morgan Wallen wouldn't just be featured, I don't think. But at the same time, Morgan Wallen is, I think he's very big in the U.S. I don't think he's nearly as big worldwide.
Agreed.
Post Malone has a bigger worldwide reach, and then Jelly Roll's. But I'm saying Jelly Roll isn't. I think Post Malone would want its own show.
Yeah,
or not Post Malone. I mean, Morgan Wallen would want his own show. I think Post Malone and Jelly Roll match well. I don't think Morgan Wallen would want to take like the second tier. To Post Malone. I don't know, but it'll be cool either.
He's the biggest country artist in the world. Morgan Wallen is.
Yeah.
Which
basically means biggest country artist in the U.S.
Yeah, because I imagine outside of the United States, country music's not a thing.
Yeah, not nearly as much. Which is why Post Malone would be a good fit, because he's got the country along with all his other hits.
Poppy.
Yeah. So.
Ooh, like a sunflower.
But that's all my little known facts this week, which means it's time for Jack.
And now it's time for Jokes with Jack.
Part 102 of Jokes with Jack. How do you get into an argument with a ginger?
Dang it.
You just say something to them.
Dang it.
And now it's time for...
So Jack's jokes suck.
I'll give that the second highest rating of his jokes ever with 5 out of 10.
You did have a little chuckle there, and that was pretty good. No voice memos this week, but I think you will hear one from Lindsay next week. No new Instagram messages, but we do have some Spotify responses I'll read off real quick here. One of which was from the Rebecca Sin. Shout out.
I've heard of her.
She put, my brother David is the tallest guy I know. I call him Little Dave or Little Buddy. If you get names like this, you're actually tall. In regards to declaring the Seahawks champions pre-Super Bowl champions, is that heresy or prophecy? Well, I guess there was a little bit of both, or a little bit of prophecy because it was right. And then she put, so good to know the word of God and praying puts Samuel and Dane to sleep. Jesus is going to cancel his sponsorship for the number one sponsor of the week. I don't think so.
I'm confused.
What part were you confused about?
Putting us to sleep.
I think I mentioned that I sometimes fall asleep at night when I'm praying, and I guess you may have mentioned the same thing.
I mentioned that sometimes I pray and then I'll fall asleep.
Yeah, I think that's where she got that from.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I also added some context in there of my own words, so that could have made it confusing as well. Yeah. But Alvaro, he also came in here, said, oof, Sammy, the Seahawks did win, but Darnold did not throw for 700 yards. Instead, their punter carried the team to a Super Bowl win.
He was very good.
The most interesting play of the game was Bunny bringing in the Lady Gaga and bringing Ricky Martin out of retirement.
How do we cancel whoever just put that comment in
So
there?
it was Alvaro.
Yeah, he needs to be canceled.
No.
Cancel Alvaro.
No. I like how he said Bunny. That was good. And then Jack, of course, he's jumping in here. I love this episode. It has everything. Cheap Chinese-made pickleball paddles. Samuel having dreams of men. Tiny Samuel plus Big Dane. Can confirm Samuel's been drunk listening to Andy Mineo and words played with a Martinelli in hand.
Whoa.
Living for God by defining winning. Dane 1v1. Dane talking more basketball. Thank you. Predicting how good the Cardinals are going to be, only to see them lose again this year. And who would you rather fight question, maybe cry. Which was good.
What did I say?
Well, you threw in. You're like, Alley Hoop or Elizabeth Virgil. You're like, what in the world?
And then I said Alvaro or Jack.
And then he put in quotations, I guess I'll find the cure for cancer.
I guess.
Samuel. Keenan A. Smith.
Keenan.
All he did was comment Colossians 3:23.
Yeah, which I wish I had memorized. But
do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I got the Bible app right here.
Yeah. I looked it up and I was like,
Colossians.
I don't remember the context here, but it was a good verse. So I'll let you read it here.
3:23 is whatever you do, work heartily for the Lord work heartily as for the Lord, not for men. Knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. For the wrongdoer will be paid back for the wrong he has done, and there is no partiality.
Shout out, Keenan. Thank you for that.
Getting another phone call.
And then Ali Hoopy put in there, asking Samuel if he wants to fight me or Elizabeth Virgil. Diabolical. It was hilarious. So that was still so wild. But then we also had a poll. It was, would you rather get stage fright or temporarily choked out by your charging cord?
Both.
71.4% of people said, put me on that stage. And then only 28.6% of people said, I can hold my breath pretty long. So people would rather get the stage fright over being temporarily choked out.
That's true.
So,
yeah,
okay.
Because the other one's crazy.
People have spoken. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, wow. We still got sponsors of the week. We got Jesus Christ, number one sponsor of the week. From Nazareth, I heard. And you have a little word for us as we are going way longer than
expected.
Yeah, which means next week we'll try to shoot for under an hour.
Dang it.
We'll see how it goes.
So at the end of my comments talk, I kind of had a young adults talk. I had an ending here, a conclusion that kind of goes with all of us here. So we start talking about like why or what's the big deal with like the Israelites going back and trying to rebuild the temple. And it's because the temple was actually the dwelling place of God, where God's people could go and actually talk directly to God. And so in this dwelling place, in the middle of the temple is something called the Holy of Holies, which is sealed by a curtain, and God's actual presence like would dwell there. And there would be only one person who was allowed to enter the Holy of Holies, and that was the high priest. And that was only once a year, and it was to atone for all the people's sins. And then outside of this courtyard, they had these customs of who got to sit the closest to God. It would be like Jewish men first, then Jewish women, and then in the very far back, like the furthest away was the Gentiles, the people who were not born into a Jewish family, but have come to know and love God, come to know and love Yahweh. And they had to sit in the very far back. And this was the life of the people at this time, is limited access to God. And they were left with a sense of longing of like, if I could just talk to God, if I could just get his ear, oh, how wonderful would that be? And this process goes on for hundreds and thousands of years. And then one guy shows up on the scene. His name is Jesus. And he says, hey, the entire Old Testament, the prophecies, the scriptures, all of it foretelling a coming Messiah, a savior. Yeah, I'm that guy. And he lives this perfect life, a life that none of us can live, and dies a death that each of us deserve, death upon a cross. And the very next second in Matthew 28, it's either 26 or 28, it says that Jesus dies. And in verse 51, and behold, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. And this signifies at the distance, this separation, the payment of sin has been fulfilled. And now those who once had to sit very far off and just long for a chance to actually talk to God have actually been brought near. The Gentiles have been brought near. Everybody has been brought near. And now we don't even have a physical temple, because in Acts 2, we actually see God's master plan for relationship with us. And we see that he sends his Holy Spirit to dwell within us. And now there's no separation at all between the believer, the person who has trusted in Jesus' life, death, and resurrection as payment for their sins, all paid for by the blood of Jesus. And now there is no separation, like I said. And Romans 8 actually goes on to talk about it, how there's no separation. In verse 35, what shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or sword or danger? As is written, for your sake we are being killed all the day long, and we are regarded as sheep to be slaughtered. No, in all things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am sure that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor rulers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers, nor height or depth, or anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus our Lord.
That's a good word. Shout out to you.
That's what I wrote.
And shout
at the
out
end.
to Jesus.
Yeah,
Most
big shout out
importantly.
to Jesus.
Number 2, sponsors of the week: Jake, Trust, and Nart, Pretty Ricky, and Reverend Banks.
Officer Pierce.
Officer Pierce.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah, always good to get in with the
You know what?
with the law enforcement.
We'll throw him in as our third sponsor, Officer Pierce. Do you have
Yes.
anything else about him besides him needing to share custody with you over the Xbox?
With the Xbox.
Yes.
He has a lot of allergies, and he actually just figured out that he's allergic to gluten and wheat, and so that's a lot of things.
That stinks.
He's allergic to nuts.
He just found this out?
No, he's always known he's allergic to nuts, but he's allergic to wheat and gluten. Somebody once used almond butter to make him some pancakes, and his throat started to close up, so that was tough. And so, yeah, he is very allergic to a lot of things, and so he's starting to feel a little bit better, but he's trying to figure out what he can eat and stuff like that. So
That's rough.
Slap that in the comments if you want to make a message to Officer Pierce.
So give him suggestions on what?
What he can eat. If you're
On
allergic
what
to gluten,
he can eat.
wheat, and nuts.
Gluten, wheat, nuts.
Yeah.
Gluten, wheat, nuts. There
Whoa.
we go. Shout out. Well, this is the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So we still have until next week. Shirts available and large and XL. If you want those, hit us up. We can work out something. Also, Friday Pickleball, that code still works. Samuel14434. Get $5 off your order of at least 2 paddles. Dane's ministry support link still in the bio. And then also keep telling your friends if you enjoyed this podcast. Leave us 5 stars. Please do. Just leave us 5 stars. You can do it. Also, take someone else's phone and leave us 5 stars. And also subscribe on their phones and any other phone you come across. While you're doing that, again, please follow us on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, which again is where you can leave us a voice memo. And then finally, thanks again for listening to episode 164 of the Until Next Week podcast.
You guys are my Valentine.